welcome to our 31st Superman celebration. Are you ready to see Superman of Metropolis?
No, not particularly. Hello, humanoids. I am Lex Luthor, the greatest criminal mastermind of this or any other generation. Remember the name. You'll be begging it for mercy soon. Am I to understand you people are here to worship the flying alien? Fine, fine. Well, let me tell you what. Just go ahead and load up on your funnel cakes and corn dogs while you can. By the time I'm through with him, Superman will be little more than a memory and a stain on the sidewalk.
We've already met. Lex, what an unpleasant surprise.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Well, I would ask you what you're doing here in Metropolis if you'd surrender peacefully, but we both know you won't do that. So why don't we go into the old routine? You're sociopathic, self-assured, opportunistic.
Yeah. You get the idea. You know, Superman, while you're busy character defects, I was just wondering, what kind of music do you like? You know, because I prefer rock. What's the matter, Superman? Still afraid of blowing green rocks from the old home planet? What a shame. Morticia, your walk-on is over. You may leave now. Interns, I don't know how Trump does it. Okay, she's, don't mind her. She's taking the henchman work study course out at Shawnee Community College. Where was I?
I believe you were about to brag about your pathetic yet unworkable plan.
Yes, of course. See, what's happened, Superman, is I've taken the liberty of contacting all of your greatest enemies. It's kind of funny, I found them all on Facebook, who would have thought. Anyhow, I plan to create a new league of villainy, so just enjoy democracy while you can. Okay, Morticia, how could you mess up printing out an email? It's like somebody hacked into my account and deleted all the important information before I could get to it.
Hi, Lex. You sure do get some interesting emails. Could make review a dozen sensational headlines and indictments.
Lois Lane, my favorite muckraking reporter. You know, it's me. I was just thinking I could use a receptionist, but you know, as good as you look in a short skirt, I really need someone who can spell. I'll take this. Where did you get those?
I mentioned Clark Kent sends his regards.
Okay. Who doesn't have a copy of my emails? It's like somebody write my password on the men's room wall at the day they planted or something.
It's Otis.
Let's see here. Our old pal Brainiac seems as in it for his 10,000-mile virus trip. Prancer fell for one of his own jokes. Should be out of intensive care by next week. Torman just got a deal with DC Direct. Oh, Lex. I hear Batman's villains aren't doing anything this weekend. Should I call them?
Okay, so it seems all my top choices can't attend. I wonder who that leaves.
The Joker says, ha ha, hello, Baldwin. He's so serious. Anyway, he writes, who on earth is crazy enough to take on...
Yeah, apparently no one on Earth is that crazy.
Apparently no one on Earth. So being the buddy I am, I posted your invitation to deep space on the Thanagar Craigslist.
Okay, what self-respecting villain reads the classifieds?
Darkseid, what are you doing in Metropolis?
Can I help you, tall, dark, and ominous?
Easy, Lex. This is Darkseid, the evil ruler of Apocalypse.
Thank you, Miss Exposition. Ah, the A-lister of my twisted dreams.
Darkseid will have his own statue. This one is nice, but lacks subtlety.
It's kind of hard to make a 15-foot statue subtle.
No. The scourge of the Hunger Dogs wants his own image in front of your local food dispensary.
Big John's? You mean the grocery store down the street?
Precisely. You want nourishment? Come to the Darkseid Grocery. To starve for Darkseid is to feast. And Tuesday is double coupon day.
How could this day get any worse? But you know what? On second thought, at least here's somebody who can match your raw power, Superman.
Lex, you seem to have tracked the only villain that you can't even keep in check.
You know, that has just now been dawning on me.
You will all be slaves to Darkseid.
I don't think so.
Your viciousness, it really is an honor.
For you, yes.
Now there's humility to be proud of.
You especially will bend your knee to me.
Should have a conversation with General Zod about the last time I knelt to anyone. I believe his hand still hurts when it rains.
Lord Darkseid, you do know who I am, right?
Of course. General Zod and Ursa talked about you from one end of the galaxy to the other, Otis.
Oh, God.
Not God, Zod.
I think this conversation is turning quite odd.
Not odd, Zod. Curse you all! Darkseid does vaudeville for no man!
Hulk smash!
Making me look like a fool. I will destroy this metropolis.
Darkseid, by anything and everything that is sacred, you will not touch Metropolis as long as I'm here.
Not as long as you still cling to that ridiculous and limiting notion of the sanctity of life.
The sanctity of life is what I consider my true strength. Hardly a weakness.
No. This planet will be destroyed, and not even you can stop me.
Whoa. The Earth destroyed? Not on my watch.
Lex, be careful. You don't know how powerful he is.
Yeah, so am I.
You dare to challenge me? You are but a mere human.
Oh, come on, there's no such thing as a mere human. If Superman can fight for this adopted world, there's no way I'm going to stand by and let you destroy it.
But he is Superman. What are you?
You know, any of us can be a Superman when we have to be. Besides, I fought this guy to a standstill dozens of times, and you know how strong he is. Look, I'm still here to brag about it.
What do you know of power that I do not?
Only that you couldn't whip one of us, even with the other one helping.
Zod said you like that Australia. I can give that to you, Mr. Teschmacher. Just tell me.
Leave my planet right now. You know, all he really needed to know was not to play me in poker. I am the reigning king of bluff, after all.
Superman, no!
I did just say I was a bluffer.
Kryptonite, that old joke.
What, you think the stuff just falls out of the sky?
Lex, I can see from a mile away that was fake kryptonite. I just wanted to see your plan unfold.
Unravel is more like it. But Superman, you are a good example to even Lex Luthor. That's very brave of you, Lex.
Yes, thank you, Lex, for standing on your other side.
Yeah, well, you're both welcome, but let's not be in too big of a hurry to pick out drapes for the Fortress of Solitude just yet.
Lex, why don't you just calm down, relax, like all these fine people here, enjoy the festivities for the next 4 days.
Okay, fine. Enjoy your little celebration. But come Monday morning, start looking over your shoulder again.
And now that, of all people, Lex Luthor has saved the day, welcome to the 2009 Metropolis Superman celebration.
Okay, we got something to present now. Now, last year, Superman Celebration Weekend, the 30th anniversary, we had something really big that happened. We had a major event. Now, just in case you weren't here or you have forgotten what happened, we have a little reminder for you. Ladies, if you please. Guinness Book World Records official largest gathering of people dressed as Superman. It has been confirmed. We do hold the record. We have the official certificate that was sent to us by the Guinness World Records, and we would like to present the first one to Robin McDaniel, who is the president of the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is who hosted this event. And I also want to mention Stephen Kirk was great to get it organized, and he was one that set it up. So we got to give him some kudos, and I was hoping he'd be here tonight, but I didn't see him, so we'll tell him we gave him applause. So thank you to the Metropolis Chamber, and we're the ones that put this on every year for you. And our second award, we'd like to present this to Mayor Billy McDaniel, the City of Metropolis. Because we all know, if there wasn't a Metropolis, we wouldn't be having this celebration here. So thank you, Mayor Billy and the City of Metropolis, all the aldermen, and Rick Abel, and all the gentlemen that participated in putting this event on. All right. Well, I think the next thing on our agenda is we've got a groundbreaking to attend. And we're all going to get a little exercise because we got to walk down the block, 3 blocks, to our location on 8th and Market.
While we're waiting here for everyone to get here, we do want to thank everyone for coming out for this event. This is something that we waited on for several years. It is something that we as the City of Metropolis are here to honor a great lady. It's been a while coming. We've had problems with just the very best location that we could find. I think this is going to be a tremendous location for the Noel Neill statue. We do really appreciate everyone, all the local people here in the City of Metropolis that have come out, but for everyone that has traveled so many miles to get here, that just goes to show you that even in a down economy, Superman can about do anything.
The Superman statue just a couple of blocks down has certainly been a big hit. Drawn many people. People are there all times, day or night, winter and summer, shooting their picture with the statue. And now we want something down this end of the street that they'll also come to. And in order to make this statue possible, there's a lot of people that have helped. The City of Metropolis, certainly in voting to approve part of the money for the statue. Banterra Bank for agreeing to let us use this property. And here this afternoon from Banterra Bank are Clarissa Klein, who's going to be joining us in the shovel work in a minute, but also Steve Yandell and Mel Bauer and Nelda Burnett. I forgot to catch her. I don't know where Nelda went, but she's around here someplace. But we certainly thank the bank for working with us on this project. It was not an easy thing to accomplish, and we've still got a way to go, but we're going to get things off to a good start. Committee members also here are Jim Hambrick, Lila Lindquist, Carla Ogle, and Lisa Gower. And although he's not on the committee anymore, I want to credit O.D. Troutman with the hard work that he did to get this thing started several years ago. Now, to all of us who have met and talked with Noel Neill so many times, she is Lois Lane. But if you look at back at the record, she's many other things too. And if we can give the signal for Noel to come out, I'd just like to mention that her father was a journalist, and she considered being a journalist in real life. Her mother was a dancer. She ended up doing a little of both of those things. She was a teen model and a very famous pinup back in the days that so many soldiers had pinups at their military operations. She was also a big band singer, and you may not have known that. She was in many movies, including westerns and playing as a teenager, and then later The Dam Still in Distress and western movies. Go by the chamber office and look, or better yet, buy the book about her and see some of the many things that she has done. But she's been so nice to come to make this a greater celebration with her here. Now, we've applied for a state grant, but you know, the state, Mr. Helm has brought her out in style, hasn't he? Welcome, welcome to Noel Neill, the First Lady of Metropolis, and that beautiful Studebaker. If you would step right up here, that would be a nice car to take home. Yeah. We are all here going to have the groundworking in just a minute, but we would like to ask you to just say a few words. And we're very happy to be here, and we hope it's not going to rain on us. We've got beautiful weather, a little warm, but it's doing fine. And how about I just hold your purse while you take over the microphone here for a minute.
I'll go to work here. Okay. Hi there. Well, let's see. What do we talk about? The statue?
Talk about the statue we're going to do here.
Oh, was it going to be here?
Yes.
Shows how much I know. I know the bank was here, but
right about where you're standing is where the statue's going to be.
Torn, you know. Look, those stumps.
Put the statue on the stump.
Hey, good. Oh, I'll be on the stump. Okay. Well, hope it comes through soon. Yeah. Everybody buy a brick.
There you go.
People always say when I run into them. Well, so if you're going there now, find out what those bricks. Because I said the statue isn't up yet. They had trouble getting permission from, the city and whatever to put it up. And I kept saying, well, don't say the statue's for me. Say it's for Lois Lane. And then they'll put it up. So I don't know. Oh gosh, it's beautiful out here today. Oh, so pretty. We love you, Noel. Well, thank you, dear. Thank you. I love all of you for coming. It's so great.
You ready to do some digging?
Well, sure.
If you'll step right over here in the center. That's all right. We tricked her. We forgot to tell her that she had to dig the holes for the statue. On the count of 3, dig a little dirt and get ready to throw it out on the count of 3. One, 2, 3. And dig a little more dirt, just a little bit. Superman's digging in a huge hole down there, but everybody got their dirt ready? Okay, 1, 2, and 3.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Warm, I know, but you're doing surprisingly well for it being as warm as it is. You must have been in Metropolis before for a Superman celebration. I'm Stephen Kirk, everybody. I'm going to be your host for this afternoon, and we have got an incredible lineup for you here today. Now, our first guest is a singer and dancer who's worked with 2 Superman and a Superboy, played her own mother, sort of, in Superman the movie. She's getting her own statue right here in town. She's been given the key to the city, and we've given her the key to our hearts. Here's the First Lady of Metropolis, Noel Neill. Our next guest was featured in the first appearance of George Reeves as Superman in Superman and the Mole Men, and a few years later co-starred as George's daughter in Heart of Gold. She's appeared in numerous classic films and TV series, including Old Yeller, The Lone Ranger, The Greatest Show on Earth, and on an episode of the original Star Trek series. Fondly known as television's first child star and America's sweetheart, here's the delightful Beverley Washburn. Now, our next guest also appeared on the original Star Trek TV series, as well as Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager. In addition to his on-screen work, you've heard his distinctive voice in the animated series Legion of Superheroes, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited. On TV, you've seen him as the smooth-talking Jackie Childs on Seinfeld, and co-starring with Wanda Sykes on Wanda at Large. He's got a mind-blowing comic book collection, and I agree with him that the Enterprise should have gotten a hero's welcome. Here's Smallville's Martian Manhunter, Phil Moore. And born right here in the state of Illinois, our next guest was on the daytime drama Passions for 3 years. This may take a while, you might want to just kind of handle it. Before being cast as Aquaman in a pilot for the CW. Soon after, he was cast as another iconic DC hero in Smallville. And if you think that Jackie Child is a smooth talker, Justin convinced Warner Brothers to let him take the Queen Industries private jet for the weekend to get here. I'm just kidding, that's okay. Here's Oliver Queen himself, Smallville's Green Arrow, Justin Hartley.
Metropolis, we have a special award that we like to give out, and we really appreciate the guests coming in and being with us here today, and I know you especially appreciate that. So I have here with me, my name is Carla Ogle, I'm one of the co-chairs of the celebration. I have Lisa Gower, she's also co-chair. And then I have Angie Shelton, she's our tourism director, and she does all the marketing for the celebration. Go ahead. One of the awards that we like to give out is, when you're in Metropolis, you get the Superman of Metropolis Award. So, Beverley Washburn, you are now a Superman of Metropolis. We don't have Supergirl, so you're going to have to just Superman of Metropolis.
Thank you so much.
Oh, go ahead.
This is such an honor. Thank you so very much. This means a lot.
And Mr. Phil Morris, you are now a Superman of Metropolis. I'm sure that the ladies already think Justin is the Superman of Metropolis, but we're going to make it official with this award. Now, I've not left Noel out on purpose here. She's had Superman of Metropolis awards, and as Stephen mentioned, she's had the key to the city. She's going to get a statue. We're just running out of things to give her. But, last year, I know you all know that we set the record for the most people dressed as Superman. Mr. Stephen Kirk, he got that going and set it up for us, and then we had 122 people that set that record officially. And we have for Noel, I don't know if anybody was here last year, but she's the one, she was the official starter. She waved the red cape and she got the official time going. So Noel, we're pretty sure you don't already have one of these. We have an official Guinness World Record certificate for this record. Records we're not sure about. This should be the only one that you have.
Let's get started. I don't suppose anybody has any questions for these guys, do you?
How you doing, Mr. Morris, Mr. Hartley? As you know, in the acting business, there's a lot of work to like network and get to know people, know who you got to communicate with. I am an actor in LA and also in Nashville, and I like to promote myself. So personally, I got business cards. I want to see. I want to be on Smallville. I want to be on Smallville. But I could either be the Green Arrow jet fighter pilot, or I could be Mr. Morris's Puerto Rican Martian cousin. So anyway. I've done a lot of independent work, commercials, music videos, so on. I have business cards. I just want to see if I can get my card out to you, send it out to the casting directors and so forth.
Give me your card.
All right.
This is to the Green Arrow. In Smallville, do you really like Lois Lane in real life too?
We're friends. We're friends. Yeah, we're both married, you know, to different people. But yeah, she's lovely. She's great. So yeah, my wife's actually here.
Which has absolutely nothing to do with the way he answered his question, by the way. Good question. All right, next question. Fellow with the hat on backwards with his head. Yes, that's the one right there.
So first of all, Phil, I love you and Meet the Spartans.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And to Mr. Hartley, is there any truth to the rumors of a Green Arrow spinoff after season 9 of Smallville?
You know, I don't know. Some people talk about it, and I always just kind of say, you know, that right now I'm doing Smallville, and it's I think it's not something that I would want to spend my time thinking about when I'm doing Smallville. I think it would be kind of a disservice to my Green Arrow on Smallville. So I'm just focusing on that right now.
I think I speak for us all when I say we would love to see that happen.
Mr. Morris.
Yes, sir.
Did you come into acting to follow your dad's footsteps, Mission Impossible, to be as good as he was?
Well, at first I wanted to do everything but this, because quite frankly I've gotten that question my whole life, and as a young, fairly strong young man, I wanted to do my own thing. Obviously I am following in his steps to a degree, but I never got into it to try to eclipse anything he ever did, because there's no way I can hold a candle to him. He was a legend, and he did a great show with Mission Impossible, and I honor his legacy, and without him, no me, in many, many ways. So he really was a great, not only father, but mentor and trailblazer for me as a young African-American actor, and so I'm just happy that people even mentioned me in the same breath with him, and I really appreciate your question, because I love him, and he looks down on me and blesses me every single day.
This question's for the Green Arrow.
Yes.
Can you really shoot a bow and arrow in real life?
I can shoot you right now, kid. I can. I couldn't before the show. I took like a class in high school for like 2 weeks that you have to take, right after swimming and right before basketball. So, and then, you miss the little target and everything, but they had a guy, I did like some really intense training, because, you gotta look like you kind of know what you're doing, you know what I mean? So yeah, good question though, but yes, I can, thank you.
This is to Justin Hartley. What was your favorite part about being Green Arrow?
What is my favorite part about being Green Arrow? I like I like playing Oliver, to be quite honest with you, because I think the green, when I'm doing the Green Arrow thing, and killing bad guys or whatever, it justifies everything that Oliver kind of does. Oliver's not he's not that smooth around the edges, you know what I'm saying? So he's got some rough spots. So I think a lot of that is the reason he's able to get away with a lot of that stuff is because of the things he does as Green Arrow. But another really cool part about playing him is that I have a 4-year-old daughter. So I don't even tell her it's a show, I just tell her I'm a superhero. She doesn't know, so she's like, she goes to school and she's like, this is my mommy, she's an actress. This is my daddy, he's a superhero. And I'm in back, I'm like, that's right. And I have superhero friends, I mean, so who's gonna argue, right?
Okay, next question.
Yes, also want to ask Beverley, did you really enjoy doing Star Trek with everybody, all the cast on Star Trek?
I love doing Star Trek. When I did it, it was the original one in the 2nd season. So it wasn't really all that, big. I had no idea then, 42 years ago, that it would go on to be such a huge phenomenon now and be all over the world. And I don't know if any of you saw that particular episode. It was the Deadly Years, where we all get old, and I died of old age. Did you see it? Thank you.
We're not applauding because you died of old age.
At least I got to die in Captain Kirk's arms, so it wasn't a total. But you know what I couldn't figure out? Is I died and I wasn't even wearing a red shirt. So...
This is for Mr. Justin.
You can just call me Justin.
Do you think you'll ever have your own show?
Yeah, well, God, I hope so. Eventually, yeah, I would hope so. I don't know what it would be, but what would you like it to be? Let's do it. I'll call Santiago, and we'll just. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think as an actor, you're so focused on what you're doing, you don't really think about, you kind of think about what you're going to do next in between jobs. So when you're on a job, you kind of just are thinking about that job. At least that's, you know, how I think it should be. So we'll see what happens. I know I'd like to do a comedy. You know, I would really, really like to do a comedy. So maybe something completely different, you know, we'll see.
You're the best.
Thanks, man.
Justin, I was wondering what we can expect for season 9 of Smallville.
Well, you know, I had a meeting the other day with the producers, and it's going to be a lot. I mean, it's going to be a lot about, I think, finishing a lot of things that have been built up throughout the course of the series. Hopefully, they'll be bringing him back, maybe diving into him a little more. And we'll see. I mean, obviously, the show's about Clark's journey, and you know, it's been this build-up for so many years, and it's getting to the point where it's like, it's coming time, you know. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle that, and then everybody else's character. You know, I really didn't get into any of that. I think maybe they're gonna break me down a little bit, see what happens, see if I can go even darker. I'll be so dark, I'll be like purple. I don't know, but yeah, no, we'll see. Hopefully they throw a little comedy in there too. You know, I think it would be funny as a comedy, Smallville the comedy. All right.
What was George Reeves really like? Opinions vary.
Well, George is a wonderful person and a good actor, of course. He paid attention to what he was doing. There's that one movie that came out made him a drunkard and a womanizer, which he certainly wasn't. Like to have a martini occasionally when things went wrong. And he lady he'd been going with for about 13 years, so everything was cool with him. We miss him. Lord, we miss him.
Mr. Hartley, how did you get to be the Green Arrow?
What?
How did you get to be the Green Arrow?
Well, let's see. First, you know, where are you?
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm a little short, though.
I can hear you. I'm
right here.
Gotcha. Okay. I did a. You know what? I did a pilot for the creators of Smallville. They were doing a different show, and I ended up doing the pilot for them. And then the pilot didn't go, which you know, often a lot of pilots don't go. And then they called me later on, maybe like I think it was a couple of months later. They called me and said, "We have this role for you. You know, we'd really like you to do it. Here's what it's about." And so it was great for me because I hadn't gotten offered a lot of stuff at that point. I was auditioning constantly, trying to get the job. So when someone was like, "I've got this offer for you," I didn't even know what to do. I didn't even know like how that worked. I was like, "Offer? What is that all about?" Usually I have to go in and meet like 300 people. But so that's how that happened. It was the same folks.
Oh, so they just handed it right to you and said, "Your cast, it's yours."
Yeah, I didn't even really have to work for it. It was like, lucky me. No, I had done a lot of work for them on the pilot, and I think from that they said, well, this guy would be fine for this. So.
My question is for Phil. How has the Martian Manhunter's character being killed in the comic books affected your career, if at all?
Well. You know, it has affected it. I have been in this genre for a while. I've done a lot of Star Treks. So in the sci-fi action adventure genre, I've kind of jumped all over it. This is my first foray into live action comic book superhero portrayal. I've done a lot of it voiceover-wise. That's been great. But it brings, you know, what the networks and studios don't realize is how fervent and loyal and honest and honorable you fans are when it comes to what we do. And as I've said to people who we've been signing, and I've said to people, without you, there's no us. And that's absolutely true. And I found that especially strong in this comic book area. So my career has been affected mainly through the fan base and how they've supported my work with that, and then they've gone on and seen me in Seinfeld, and then they come back and they go, "Man, we had no idea that you were that funny," or whatever. So it really kind of gives the fans another perspective on who I am as an actor, and as a comic book freak, which is what I am. For real. I honor playing John Jones because I honor the fandom of comics. I honor the medium and the genre of comic books. So you know, for me, it's a great honor to play him, you know, and in a way that I think other actors may not feel that because they didn't grow up with comics the way that I did. So I'm digging it big time. That's pretty much how it's affected my career. I just love it.
My question is for all you guys. Is there any like good things you got off set or like souvenirs that you guys keep in your houses?
What'd you say?
Bodies.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with you, baby. You got any souvenirs at home?
I've got William Shatner at my house as we speak.
How about you, Noel? You got any mementos from back in the day?
Oh, just lots of them all over. It's nice. I fly and run into people in different outfits and towns and whatever. And they bring you little things and you drag them home in the plane.
Yeah, that's kind of the best stuff. The best stuff. I'm sorry, sweetie. The best stuff is that. When the fans bring you something nice, or they give you a great drawing of your character, or some memento, or that you bring to us, means way more to me than a studio sending me their obligatory gift to me. You know what I mean? It's like they said, well, that's more than a gift because I'm working for that. But you know, it's like that card that they send you for your birthday, or that means less to me than when I'm here and I get a photograph of my dad from you, or I get a drawing from a young man or woman, and you know, it just touches my heart. Those are the things that mean the most to me, for sure.
Maybe you top that, Justin? It's true. It's true. I try to keep all that stuff. You know, all that I get, gifts that I get from people. I do have one thing that I took from my previous job. I was on a daytime show, and I took the lead actress, and I have her. I really do have a body.
All right, well, we're going to move on from that. Hey, Noel, now you've got your plaques, and you got your Guinness Awards, and you got your key to the city. Now you're getting a statue. I mean, how does that feel to actually have a statue erected in your honor?
They won't let me take him home. They don't know what to do with the one of me.
Yeah, you don't have any other life-size statues you anywhere around the country? Just this will be the first one?
That I know of.
So what's next? We're going to engrave your name on the moon or something? I mean, we're kind of running out of things to do for you.
Send me up there.
And this is for anybody who could answer this. Because my family doesn't have a clue to this answer.
I'm not going to tell you where you came from, kid.
In Smallville.
I think we'd all like to have the answer to that question.
Because, well, I'll tell you, my take on it is because he's Clark, you know? He's not Superman, he's Clark. So that's probably it. But we're closing in on that time, aren't we?
Well, you know, the creators said early on, no tights, no flying. And that was their edict on Smallville, because every other television show that showed Superman went right for the suit and all that. And what they were trying to do was create a reality around him, which I think was really successful. You know, even when he was gaining his powers, you know, every power that he kind of got was like a surprise. It was a shock. And it made it much more real. I think as soon as you put him in the primary colors and the cape and the tights and stuff, it kind of dilutes that, or weakens that. So they're waiting for him to really go, hey, I am Superman, to fly. And we haven't gotten there yet. But we're trying to get him, Green Arrow and John Jones are trying to get him there quick, fast, and in a hurry, trust me.
Just got a quick question for Phil Morris. I was just wondering if you thought that they would ever move your character from the John Jones to the Martian Manhunter on the show.
You know, I kind of hope they do. You know, I mean, I love Michael Dorn as Worf, okay? And he wore that for years. So if it helped the character and helped the show,
Shoot, I pulled a John Jones, double bandolero, big occipital lobe green guy. Dude, I played a Klingon. I was a Jem'Hadar. A Martian is a walk in the park.
What is your favorite superhero?
The Green Arrow.
Martian Manhunter.
This is for Mr. Morris. Since you worked with Jerry Seinfeld and he was a big Superman fan, do you still keep in contact about your Smallville progress?
You know, I left him a couple of messages. I didn't hear back from him, but Jerry and I both love some of the same things. We're big Superman comic book guys, and we're big, you know, race car guys and stuff. And you know, working with him on that show was just an honor. I mean, these are really strong professional actors. You want to work with the best people that you can in this game, and I couldn't have chosen people that were any better at their craft than to work with the Seinfeld crew. So I was really, again, happy to be involved in a show that a lot of people loved and took to heart. And I think that he thinks it's kind of cool that I'm doing Smallville, but I have not heard from him. No.
This is for Justin. Do you miss acting with Michael Rosenbaum?
No. I love Michael Rosenbaum. I love Michael Rosenbaum. That guy, and I've said this before. I think for like maybe the first day I met him, I think I was like this. Because I thought, I mean, I go, dude, do you wake up every morning and like, does somebody like sketch you on a pad? Because you're like a drawing. I mean, the guy is one of the top, I'm not joking, top 5 funniest people I've ever met in my life. He is completely inappropriate all the time. And that makes him completely appropriate, right? For any certain, and he's a great actor, and he's the antithesis of Lex Luthor, but then he plays a really good Lex Luthor, and we have a ball. And he and I mean, you know, it's one of those guys that when you're around, your abs just kind of hurt, you know? Phil's another guy like that. But he's just a great guy, and yeah, I do miss working with him, though. He's fun.
How hard is the stunts? Are they very tedious and strenuous? I mean, I know you have some stunt doubles, but compared to anything?
How hard are the stunts?
Right.
Well, it depends on the stunt. I mean, I do have a stunt double. He's excellent, and the poor guy. You know, I like to do all my own stuff, and there's certain things that there's certain things that I can't do because I'm not a stunt guy. I don't know how, and then there's also certain things that I could probably do, but they won't let me do. So if you can imagine, that leaves all the hard stuff for him, really. You know, all the dangerous stuff, and then all the fun stuff where my face is shown, it's me, you know, so yeah, I've actually got 2 guys that kind of pop in back and forth, and they're great. I mean, I'm horrified of heights, so we'll do a scene where I'm standing on the side of a building, and I'm roped onto the building, there's no way I can fall, and I'm dizzy, because I'm just horrified. But I do it because I think eventually I'll get over it. I haven't gotten over it yet. But these guys are standing up there joking around, talking, like it's nothing to them. It's a completely different craft. I have the utmost respect for those guys. And I mean, you literally, these are guys that you walk up to and you're like, so we're going to set you on fire today. And they're like, cool. Yeah, so the little ones are the ones you get hurt on. I don't know what your experience has been.
Well, you know, it's kind of the same. I don't do as many stunts as Justin does. I had one fight scene recently and got shot, but these guys are craftsmen. The stuntmen they're artists, and I would never take away their craft. And when it blends into, I'm a martial artist, so if it comes to fighting, I'm the one who's going to do it because I'm the one who knows how to do that as well or better than they can. And if it's going to represent me, I'd rather have me in there. But when it comes to the things that they do wonderfully well, I step back and take notes because Justin's right. They're like, you're gonna fall off that building and roll, then we're gonna put you on fire, and then
We're gonna kick you.
Yeah. Then you're gonna get filleted by horses. They're like, don't show your face. Ka-ching! So they really are a wonderful group. Stuntmen are phenomenal. Great energy too.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Noel, you did your own bit of stunt work, both in the Adventures of Superman series and, of course, all the westerns and stuff. You did your own writing and everything, right?
Yeah, I kissed the horse.
I don't think that's legal anymore, is it? Okay, but you, I mean, because you rode horses, you did, because for the production, especially on Superman, I mean, that was low budget, quick. They didn't really have a lot of stunt people. You really pretty much had to get in there and do it yourself, didn't you?
George did his. We had a wonderful stunt director there who directed all the, built the walls at night that he was supposed to break through in the daytime. That's what led to Martinis. But they didn't break. But no, we didn't have much to do. Kellogg's wouldn't let us do any longer.
How about you, Bev? I mean, you must have had a tumble or two in your day, right? Stunt-wise, of course.
Most of the work that I did was as a child, and when you're a child in the business, they have what's called a welfare worker, and they're board-certified school teachers from the Los Angeles Board of Education. When I did an episode of Wagon Train, Ward Bond, who was the wagon master, who was a very, very nice man, and I adored him, but he was used to working with a lot of men. So he would swear a lot, and he didn't mean anything by it. It would just kind of roll out of his tongue, you know. And so, because I was a minor on the set, the welfare worker went to the director and said, if he uses one more swear word, I'm pulling her from the set. And she actually had that much clout that she could do that. So he came over and apologized, because he didn't really mean to do it. It was just he was used to being with a lot of guys. And so anyway, he never even said darn after that, and so I was able to work, but they don't really allow children to do stunts. So when I did The Lone Ranger, the feature film with Clayton Moore, there was a scene where I'm supposed to ride off on my pony, and I was just so dying to do that, and they actually wouldn't allow me to do it because of insurance purposes and because I was a minor. You know, I guess if I would fall off or whatever, it would be a problem. So they got a little person and dressed her up like me and put the wig on and everything. And so if any of you saw that movie, when you see me riding off into the sunset, it wasn't really me, it was my stunt double.
Speaking of riding off into the sunset, you mind sharing the story about Clayton Moore riding off into the sunset?
Oh. Yeah, I have sort of a funny story about Clayton Moore. He wore that very tight, you know, costume, and I guess he didn't want, how do I say this, visible panty line? I don't know how you say it.
That's how you say it.
That's not how you say it. But anyway, so he didn't wear any underwear. And so there's a scene, we filmed it in Kanab, Utah, and I get kidnapped, and of course the Lone Ranger and Tonto come to my rescue. And then he gets up on Silver and he rides off, and as he got up on the horse on Silver, his pants split open. So he had his bare butt hanging out. And so the director, as a joke, just let the film keep rolling, and so that they could show it in the outtakes. So the running gag on the set was the Lone Ranger was riding off into the sunset as he was mooning everybody.
Yeah, I have a question for Phil Morris. Is there any possibility of the restoration of Martian Manhunter's powers?
I hope that it's, thank you, yeah. I hope in season 9 that's kind of Clark helps her brother out there. I did lose them saving his life. I think they could kick me a couple more powers. You know, give me invulnerability. I'll just take a few. I don't need them all. But I like that he's kind of a mortal. I think it gives him another dimension to play as that character. So it's really cool. I couldn't have had that fight scene if I had my powers still, because I would have broken him. So it's kind of fun. I was hoping that they would give me more of that to do, so that, you know, I could use my martial arts skill and display that without really like killing anybody. With John's power, you know, which is like tantamount to Superman, big words again. I wouldn't be able to do as much. So I'm hoping that they just bring me back and let me play a little bit like the human John Jones, and then Clark and his wisdom and his largesse will help me out. We'll see.
Justin, I was curious. Do you feel that you relate better to the Green Arrow or to Oliver Queen?
Oh, that's a good question. Boy, it depends on the kind of day he's having, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm flipping through and I'm like, oh, okay, whoa, he's not having a good day today. I mean, was that necessary? Okay, well, we'll do that then. You know, probably Oliver. Probably Oliver. Although I do like, yeah, wow, it's tough, because then I think about being a dad and it's more like Green Arrow. Man, it is tough. I will tell you this though. How about I tell you how I can relate to both of them? How about that? So, for Oliver, for me, is great because here's this guy who, on the surface, right, he's a billionaire and he's got this and he's got that, and you look at him and you go, wow, everybody wants to be that guy, or wow, I'd love to be that guy, and he's just a tortured soul, right? He's missing his parents and he feels responsible for so many things and he's just burdened. And then what appeals to me about Green Arrow is the fact that he's mortal. And I always liked Batman, and so for me, it's cool to see some guy go out there, and this is a guy who's really putting it out on the line, right? I mean, he could really actually die if he's shot. He could get injured. So he's not like, you know, impenetrable. And so for me, the vulnerability, I guess on both sides of that is what kind of appeals to me. I'm a vulnerable guy.
All right, thank you very much. Let's thank Justin.